Protecting your time is super important when you're a business owner. And today I'm going to share with you how I learned to say no to protect my time to focus on what really matters and how you can do the same. So when it comes to setting up your time, there's kind of a few things you want to think about. The first thing is you want to identify what we would say like low value activities or low ROI activities or requests. That sounds judgy and mean. It's not like a high value, like wearing a suit alpha type values. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the things that don't directly contribute to your goals. So one of the things I found helpful is I like to document in like morning journals. I've mentioned this in other videos where like you kind of bullet out your day and, what are you doing and what's the most important and how is it going to help you or your business? And so I think sometimes when you're a business owner, you may have like 20 things you have to do in a day. And so your temptation is maybe to do the thing that's most fun or easiest. Or it might be this opposite where sometimes there are these people who are like, no, do the hardest thing first. And I actually think like there's merit to both of those for different reasons. But for me, the most helpful is what is the actual most important? What is the thing that is going to move you closer to your goals? If you're in a growth mode in your business, and let's say you need to get more sales and clients, are sales and client getting activities on the top of your list, right? Like they may be the easiest thing for you or the hardest thing, but they're certainly the most important thing. What's not important for you is maybe, I don't know, writing a meme for your content, right? Unless you know that gets you customers, right? Like, or maybe it's like meeting with somebody who just wants to pick your brain for free and isn't really a potential customer. Maybe it's not trying to build a whole new offer or service offering for your business, right? So I would identify what those low value requests are, and then prioritize by the thing that's going to move you to your current goal. And I typically set my outcomes in like 90-day sprints, right? I'm like, okay, my macro goal for the year is this. I think I can get here by the next 90 days. And then I set my activities appropriately. So that's kind of the first thing that was really helpful to me. The second thing, and I've talked about this before, is setting clear boundaries for availability. For instance, like I have specific days of the week I do meetings. I have specific days of the week I film videos like this. I have specific times of the day I respond to emails or DMs or texts. And I'm not always available, right? And this is going to help you protect your time, but it's also going to help you feel a little bit more in control. I think sometimes we can feel like we're almost like a doctor on call with as business owners. We're like, anytime somebody needs us, we need to be available. And so I would advise, especially if you're starting out, but even if you've kind of grown a business to a little bit, being specific with when you respond to communications and not being just like forever available. I haven't found that really be helpful. I find that to be potentially super stressful, and it can also lead to like burnout and things like that. So that's the second thing I would strongly recommend. And then the third one is when you do say no, you always want to be honest and polite. And I know that sounds crazy, but like, I think sometimes people can get a little bit, especially if your business is doing well, like you might get a little bit like, well, I'm too important to talk to you energy, right? And so always just be polite and say like, hey, I don't take calls on Thursdays. I'd love to communicate with you. Maybe we can set up some time next Monday. And if not, I totally get it. I actually have a colleague who just posted about this, Nathan Hirsch, and we can probably pull up the video where somebody reached out to him and he was like, hey, they wanted him to speak at one of his events. And he goes, actually, that's my family time. I can't do it. I'm so sorry. And the person who responded was very gracious and nice and like, totally get it. Family's very important. Maybe when we have other times, I'd love to have you back. Right. And so you can be nice. Right. And Nathan is somebody who is like one of these very successful, multiple businesses, has done multiple millions. And he talks to, the startup person the same he talks to the famous author guru. So I think keeping that energy is pretty helpful. And it's helpful for you too. It's helpful for you to just be nice and realize, look, I'm not being a jerk. This is just the availability I have. So those are the three things I do to help protect my time as a business owner. What are some of the things you do? Did I miss some things? Do you not like those things? Let me know. And if you found this video helpful, go ahead and like it. Subscribe if you want more support and advice on business, on time management. We're doing stuff like lead gen, a lot of LinkedIn stuff, a lot of email stuff, a lot of sales stuff. So if you find that helpful, if you're a growing like B2B business owner, maybe stick around. I hope you'll find it even more helpful.